What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be doing the match preview for Real Madrid versus Barcelona in La Liga. It is the first and not the last El Clasico of the season. Barcelona have not done too well in Clásicos in competitive competition as of late, and we're coming in one of our best moments we've had in a very, very long time to go to the away ground and try and pick up a result. Hansi Flick, the rumors are that he feels very confident going to this game. There's a few worries to watch out for, but he believes that this team is ready to go out there and compete. Will we compete? That is, of course, the big question. Before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 200 likes on this video. It would be very much appreciated. And also, if you are new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Now, before we get into this video is sponsored by Lytmi. Lytmi is a cozy fit open ear headphone that promises to revolutionize your audio experience. Whether you like listening to music, audio books, whether you use headphones for comfort or for exercise, Lytmi has the best headphones for all those attributes. The soft liquid silicone wrapping is the material that not only is soft but also adapts to unique shapes of your ears, providing a secure and, most importantly, a comfortable fit. No matter what you're looking for in a headphone, Lytmi meets all the standards. So make sure you hit the top link in the description down below and get your earbuds today. And if you use the link down below as well, you do get 10% off your order. Kickoff time for this match will be taking place at 9 p.m. local time, so your regular kickoff time in La Liga, and this match will be taking place at the Santiago Bernabéu, which of course is the home of Real Madrid. We've gotten a lot of good results there. Honestly, not too many bad results of recent. We've of course lost there before, but we've not been like battered there. I don't remember the last time, probably like in the 2006 maybe, before we went on to win the Champions League. But apart from that, we've done, apart from losing, we've not been suffering there. Anyways, for this match, of course, according to the Spotify deal, we will have a sponsor for this game, and it will be Coldplay. Another incentive for this team to go out there and get a result. We've been absolutely shite with these sponsorships. I think we've won 1 out of 4, which is dreadful. And again, Coldplay is probably the closest band to Barcelona, so hopefully the team know that they can go out there and get a result. But there will be, of course, a unique shirt for this game. And of course, the referee for this match has been confirmed on the pitch. It will be Jose Maria Sanchez Martinez. He's quite the shite referee. On the VAR, it will be Alejandro Muñez Ruiz. I mean, whatever, but Maria Sanchez Martinez is not really the best, but it is what it is. Let's start off by taking a look at the league table, where Barcelona are currently sat top of La Liga on 27 points. After playing 10 matches, we have 9 wins and 1 loss. Imagine we just didn't lose to Osasuna. Like, frig me. Anyways, our opponents, Real Madrid, are in second place, 3 points behind us on 24 points. After playing 10 matches, they have 7 wins and 3 draws, so they're still undefeated. They have not lost in the league so far this season. 3 points separate us, so even if we lose this Clasico, we will still end top of the table unless Madrid can beat us, what's it, like 8-0? Something like that. So, there's a freaking spider on my table. We're going to finish this Clasico regardless, top of the table, but we want to extend that lead, of course, at the top. We're currently 7 points ahead of Atletico Madrid. They're currently 4 points behind that title race. If you look at who the team they'll be facing this weekend, they actually travel to the Benito Villamarin to face Betis. That'll be a very, very tough game. I can definitely see Madrid dropping points Atletico dropping points in that game. So the gap between, second and third, this spider, get out of here. This space between second and third place can really open up and really, hone down on this title race. But this is going to be up to Madrid. Definitely going to be under more pressure to go get the result to, of course, close the gap. I think Barcelona, of course, doesn't mean we're not under pressure. We want to, of course, extend that lead. But with Madrid being at home, it's going to be more, incentive on them to get the result, which could, of course, play in the hands of Barcelona. But this game will make it, of course, either the league title race tighter, or this could definitely give Barcelona a margin to work with throughout the rest of the season. Let's now take a look at our opponents in Real Madrid. Of course, Real Madrid probably, if we're being honest, the biggest club in the world. Not of recent, but in the history, sure, because I do have it, as we do as well. But of course, you know, they have a super team pretty much, but they haven't been performing at a super team level this season. The last time we did face them in a competitive competition was, of course, last season in the final Clasico at the Bernabéu, where we did lose 3-2, but it took a 90-second, last-second Jude Bellingham goal to get Madrid the 3 points that pretty much secured them the league title as well. You can see the lineup on the right-hand side for the game. We're missing a lot of players, of course, from that lineup. No Ter Stegen, no Araujo, no Cancelo, no Kounde, no Christensen as well. So that's almost half the lineup missing for this game coming up. Frankie is going to be, you know, this is where Frankie got injured, where he, you know, sprained his ankle, was out for 5 months. In this match, it was very, very even. I mean, Barcelona had a great start. We, of course, had that robbery with the goal line decision from the Lamine Yamal chance. Cancelo had an absolute stinker, cost us all 3 goals pretty much. So despite Barcelona coming in a very poor state after getting losing to PSG 4-1 in the Champions League, we did alright to compete, to be fair, but of course in the end we still ended up losing. Now if you take a look at Real Madrid's last 5 matches in all competition, in the last match they beat Dortmund 5-2, they beat Celta Vigo 2-1, they beat Villarreal 2-0, they lost to Lille 1-0, and they also drew with Atletico Madrid in the league 1-1. Very, very close game that was. But let's take a look at the last 3 matches in all competition. Firstly, is the match for the international break against Villarreal, which ended 2-0. Villarreal, of course, in 4th place. So coming to this match, you're thinking, okay, it's going to be a tough game, but at the Bernabeu, you still maybe expect Madrid to get over the line. It was a very, very tight opening minute. Valverde long shot from like 50 yards out. They score, and it was Madrid score, especially at home. That's where they really get comfortable. After that, they got a goal later on in the second half as well. They pretty much secured the 3 points. I would say it was a comfortable Madrid victory, although I wouldn't say they played, you know, super well. It was comfortable. You can see in this match, of course, Tchouaméni, their pivot, playing at center back as well. But this is the game where Carvajal also did his ACL, where of course now he's basically out for the rest of the season. The next match, of course, is right after the international break that we just had just now, where they did win 2-1 against Celta Vigo in a very, very narrow game. Mbappe, long shot from distance, gave them the lead. They, of course, then conceded, went to 1-1. Vinicius scored afterwards to give them the lead yet again, but it was a very, very tight game. Celta Vigo had chances galore. If Celta Vigo scored their chances, they probably would have finished this game 5-2. It was that poor. Mingueza missing chances, Borja Iglesias, like left, right, etc. It was crazy. They, of course, missed a huge chance in the last second as well to draw the game. Real Madrid are very lucky in this match to walk away with the win. Again, with this kind of super team, if you can see the lineup, they're struggling against Celta Vigo, which, you know, pretty much, you know, tells you what their problems are this season. Of course, their last match in all competition was midweek on Tuesday in the Champions League against the German club Dortmund, where they did win 5-2. They, of course, were 2-0 down at halftime, but if you saw my Twitter, you saw that I put a bet on Madrid to come back, and they did, because that was just inevitable. But it was suicide. I think Dortmund the first half clapped Madrid. They were on top of them. They were winning second balls. They had good possession. Their transitions looked really good. Second half, though, Dortmund made the dumb decision to park the bus, which just invites pressure. You should have kept that same intensity going, although it would have been risky. It would have been less risky than just sitting back and parking the bus. Madrid, of course, juice, you know, all the, you know, Champions League aura, you could say, basically got them back in this game. They had a very, very, I don't think they played well at all during this game, but, you know, just the juice and the comeback and the Bernabeu just kind of build up to the goals coming in. The goals were quite jammy as well, especially the last 2 from Vinicius, but the first 2 to tie the game up. Almost one offside, a free header from Rudiger. It was just poor really from Dortmund, more so than exceptional from Real Madrid. Again, the scoreline is quite generous, but it was a very, very tight game where you could say for at least 50 minutes, which of course is the majority of the game, Dortmund were in fact on top. You can see the lineup, of course, from Real Madrid, a very, very strong team as well. Again, super team FC, and barely getting over the line in a Champions League game at home when they are, of course, the holders. Now, on the screen right now is a lineup that I believe that Carlo Ancelotti will select for this game. For, of course, the Bayern Munich game, I did predict the lineup 100% correct. I'm looking for going 2 for 2. I think that Ancelotti will go with, of course, the 4-1-2-1-2 formation, the narrow approach with Bellingham playing as a false 9. I think he'll go with Luden in goal, a back 4 of Vasquez, Militao, Rudiger, and Ferland Mendy, a midfield 4 of Tchouaméni, Valverde, Camavinga, and Bellingham with Vinicius and Mbappe up front. Now, Rodrigo and Courtois both out for this game. Two big misses for Real Madrid, but Luna has been alright for them, of course, over the past year. But, just jumping in out of nowhere might be a little bit of a question mark. There is a question mark in the back line. There is some reports that maybe Ancelotti is thinking about playing Militao at right back. To be honest, I hope he does. Ancelotti likes to really overthink things in big games. I hope he does that, but I also think that he will keep it simple. Vasquez, I think, started the last Clasico where we end up losing 3-2, the one that I covered earlier on. He's an alright option. I think he's much more comfortable than Militao is, so if Ancelotti is dumb, he will go with him, because the issue is if he goes to Militao at right back, we'll probably see Tchouaméni drop into the defense, and then probably Luka Modric coming back in the midfield, and I don't think that'll be the case. So I think the back five pretty much picks itself. Midfield four as well. It will be a narrow approach, especially with no Vinicius. They're not going to start Arda Güler, Brahim Diaz, just coming back from an injury as well. So they're going to keep it very similar to what they've been playing last season. Again, all 10 of these players played the Clasico last season, apart from Mbappe, so it's not that much of a difference. But I think this will definitely be the lineup that Carlo Ancelotti will select for the match. So overall, final thoughts on Real Madrid. In my opinion, they're very much, this season specifically, a moments team. They rely on moments, they rely on certain things to get over the line. They've only had one loss this season, which of course was to Lille in the Champions League, but they've been down in so many games where they've come back. They've drawn a lot of games as well, and they are of course managed by Carlo Ancelotti, who just has a little eyebrow lift and they end up making a comeback for some sort of reason. But he's of course a very experienced manager, very intelligent manager, but a manager that does sometimes overthink, and hopefully he does in this game. But again, Madrid with the super team and Galacticos and stuff like that, they have not looked the best this season. They probably looked better last season than they do now, but maybe that's due to pressure and already winning it and stuff like that. I don't know, but this season they haven't looked great whatsoever. But yet again, they still get results and they still pick up wins. Now, in terms of players to look out for, of course, the whole entire team is super team, so you look out for everyone pretty much. I'm not too worried about Mbappe in this game. Doesn't seem to be turning off for Real Madrid. I'm more worried, I would say, about Jude Bellingham. Of course, Jude Bellingham, I believe, has like 2 assists and no goals this season compared to last season, where at this point he had like 10 goals and like 6 assists. So he's, of course, playing deeper in the midfield. That's why he's not getting too much involved ahead of in the attacking third. But since in this game he'll be playing the false 9, I would keep an eye on him. And for me, Madrid's best player this season has been Valverde. He's been very consistent, whether he plays in the pivot, off the right or off the left of the interior in the midfield. Keep your eyes on him. The rest of the team, it's just the stature. You already know how good these players are. But Bellingham in the false 9 and Valverde are the 2 players for me that I would watch out for in this game. Those are the ones that I'd be worried about. But again, this team is vulnerable. We've seen so many teams this season almost get results against them. They're just lacking that final touch, that final quality, where Barcelona do have that. Now, we do have some fitness and injury updates ahead of this match. Firstly, have Miguel from AES came out saying that Hansi Flick is aware of the tremendous effort his players put in. The team was exhausted after the match against Bayern Munich. Even 12 hours after the game, the players were so visibly tired. Understanding this, Hansi Flick decided to ease the intensity of the post-match session and send a very clear message to the team. It's time to rest, sleep well, and recover. So that game against Bayern Munich took a lot out of the players that, of course, played the game. It was a high-intensity game, a lot of running. If you saw the clips of them celebrating, they probably spent a lot more time celebrating and running around than they did on the pitch, which shows, how high intensity and how important that game was. But maybe a bit of tiredness ahead of the game for Barcelona. Now, we do have some actual injury updates. Firstly is on Ronald Araujo, with Mundo Deportivo reporting that Barcelona are expecting that Araujo will be back after the next international break in November. He could return to play a few minutes against the visit for Celta Vigo on the 23rd of November, or 3 days afterwards against Brest in the Champions League. So Araujo, we're just about, I would say, under a month away from his return. Big news there. And also, we do have a very quick update on Ter Stegen's injury, who came, of course, speaking to the media during the Bayern Munich game, saying that I'm fine. I've started my recovery process with a smile. I know the road is very, very long, but with good people, it becomes easier. I'm enjoying it now with my family. Also on Eric Garcia, very quickly, did not train today, so he's going to be out for the Clasico as well. We thought he would only miss the Bayern Munich game, but also he'll also miss the Madrid game as well. Apart from that, nothing else to report about. Time now to get into Hansi Flick's press conference reaction. Of course, his press conference this morning was talking about the Madrid game, talking about how Barcelona were effective and ineffective against Bayern Munich and what's to come for the rest of the season, as well, with all the hype currently around him and the team. So let's go and see what the German had to say this morning in the presser. He starts off, of course, by saying that we have our approach and our ideas. We already had them against Bayern, and we realized that we had to improve in every game. We have to adapt to the next game, and now it's time to adapt to Real Madrid. It's like in every game now we play against Madrid, and all their players are very well prepared, but I trust my players because they are doing great. After they won against Bayern, we went up, and now it's a good sign because it means that we believe in ourselves. With more possession and in the attack, we will, with or without the ball, we have shown that, and we will continue to show it as well. Now on the rest, Flick came out saying that we're not going to be changing anything. It can't be changed. At the end of the day, it's Madrid, and they played on Tuesday, and we played on Wednesday, and that's what, it is what it is. And each to their own. Our players have trained very well today in the training session. Then as on Fermin Lopez, and whether or not he will be starting in the game after his great cameo against Bayern Munich, he said that, look, I haven't decided whether he will start or not, but he's been involved in 3 goals, and that's exactly what we want from him, and he's shown it. We're very happy with him, especially when he's back from injury, and he's shown how good and how important he is with good performances. Then as on the highline, the offside trap, saying, look, we have a lot of coaches who are looking at this, but it's our philosophy to press as much as possible with and without the ball. We have to get closer and closer to be a compact unit and not leaving spaces between the lines. We've done this greatly, especially in the second half against Bayern Munich. Very true on that. It's not easy to train, and we're going to have to adapt and balance the load so that the training isn't so hard. The players are doing great, and they've adapted to the game, so the changes are working. I believe that in the team that we have a lot of quality, and that's what we want to see. Everyone plays at their best and supports each other. When we're united, that is our greatest strength. Then as on Lamine Yamal, how good he is and how much he can grow, he said, I've always talked to my players, as I've always said, we have a great team and exceptional players like Lamine Yamal. He's doing very well, but then when you see what Koudé is doing at the age of 17 as well, it's also very good. We need everyone at their best tomorrow, and that's the most important thing. Following that praise on Koudé, he was asked on Koudé afterwards, saying, look, it's great to be able to see how he plays. It's all down to him, what he's doing. He's always had a hunger to improve and train hard. He gives everything for the club, and he's on an extraordinary path without a shadow of a doubt. All these players actually are on a good path to success. Then as on the referees ahead of the game, he said, look, I don't know anything about Real Madrid TV videos. I'm not right that this is happening. The referee have a very hard job, and my job is to prepare the players. I have a lot of experience, and I've never had any problems with referees. I told the team at the start of the season that to focus on the performances and don't focus on the referees. We can't be busy with these things, but rather with the full energy and focus on our performance. Then asked on how he feels about Real Madrid coming into this game, he said, look, they'll be ready for tomorrow's Clasico, and we will be ready as well. Then he was asked again on Lamine Yamal, but more specifically on his performance against Bayern Munich, the pros and cons of it. And Flick said, especially for the Bayern game, I wanted to do one thing. I had several things to do, and the most important thing was to press Alphonso Davies from the back line into the midfield, because when he started to attack, we knew how important he was, and we saw it in the first goal how it worked. He is a fantastic player. Now let's talk about Lamine Yamal with the ball, and you could see that against Bayern. It is an honor what Lamine Yamal did, and for us it is important to have an important player like him, and he can improve defensively, but overall he is doing very well. On the Bernabéu, he said he's never, the reporter asked him, you've never been there, it's your first game there, blah blah blah. He said, look, I've already given my answer about the referees heading to this game. I've been at the Bernabéu before, actually. I played there with Bayern Munich, but it was a long time ago, so just, I guess, showing up the reporter. And finally, he was asked on so much praise he's been getting in the team, and if it will affect the performances or not. He said that, look, it's not to be praised, but I know that what my job is, and my job is to get results. When we win, everyone's happy, and when we don't, it's going to be bad. We focus on how we want to play. There's a big change here at the club and at Barcelona, and you can feel it. The connection is admirable. The atmosphere on Wednesday was fantastic. That's why we play football, and we give everything to win. That's our job, and everyone, when you play, you do it for them, for the fans. Playing the Clasico is what you want the most. In Germany, there are Clásicos, but not the same. Barca Madrid is the Clasico in absolutely big capital letters. And that concluded Hansi Flick's press conference reaction ahead of the match against Real Madrid tomorrow. Let's now get into the lineup prediction. We're going to start with the manager, of course, Hansi Flick. I'm going to try my best to predict this lineup. I think it will be fairly easy to predict. Very similar, of course, to the Bayern Munich game. There is one big question mark, and I believe he'll go with this lineup on the screen right now. I think he'll go with Iñaki Peña in goal, a back four of Kounde, Koudé, Inigo, and Balde, midfield three of Pedri, Casado, and Fermin Lopez, front three of Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, and Raphinha. Of course, the big question is who again will be the third midfielder. To be honest, it's probably between Fermin Lopez and Frankie de Jong. I don't think he'll start Denis Olmo after only playing, 15 minutes against Bayern Munich. I've always been pessimistic and reserved with my Flick prediction, and he's always gone the more audacious attacking way. So I think he will go for Fermin Lopez. If this was like another manager, I probably think that look, he's probably gonna go with Frankie, put Pedri in the 10, be a bit more conservative. I think the profile like Frankie in this game will be very nice. It has some control, stability in that midfield, driving runs as well. But the most important thing, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Fermin Lopez, first start of the season, did so well against Bayern Munich. 2 goals, of course, he scored at the Bernabéu last season. Did that, big celebration as well. So he has the balls, he has the cojones, he has the experience to play in this game. And this team, the balance is just top notch. I think you put Pedri in the 10, for Frankie in the 8. It works. Bit reserved, yes, but Pedri in the 8 is just exemplary. And when he's not, he's just so perfect. You shouldn't take him out. So I think that Hansi Flick will select this lineup on the screen right now. But of course, in the comments down below, let me know what you think Hansi Flick will go with. Now I'm going to show you guys my lineup, what I would do if I was the Barcelona coach. And I have made one change from Flick's lineup, and that is I would risk Dani Olmo. I would play Dani Olmo in the 10 ahead of Fermin Lopez. Look, Fermin Lopez was fantastic against Bayern Munich. He's a fantastic player. He's on the trajectory of becoming world class. But right now, Dani Olmo's world class. That 15-minute cameo against Bayern Munich wowed me. And in 15 minutes, and what did he do? Nothing. But the elegance, the composure, the passing technique, the passing ability, the vision is just on another level. And this is why we spent 50 million on him. He has that aura in the 10 where he's just ridiculous, and he is a better player than Fermin Lopez right now. But Fermin Lopez, I believe, at his peak could be on this level, if not better than Dani Olmo. But right now, Dani Olmo is there. So if he's any ounce of fit to play an hour, I would give him the nod. Of course, if he isn't, I'll go for Fermin Lopez. I wouldn't start Frankie in this game. But I would risk, the biscuit with Dani Olmo. Now, of course, I would also play Szczesny in goal, but that's not realistic, so I would go with Naki Peña. And actually, on Thursday, very quickly, he also came out talking about not starting the game, not playing as of yet. And he said, look, so far, 3 weeks after my signing was made official in the early October, I had made my debut, but it makes sense to me right now. And Naki Peña has given Flick no reason to make a change in goal, and Naki Peña hasn't given him any reason to bench him. We've already talked a lot. I've already told the coaches that I'm already at 100%, but the team is performing well. If it's not broken, don't fix this. So Szczesny is very happy with the fact that look, Naki Peña's done nothing wrong. He's played very well according to, of course, his eyes. So no need for me to come in quite yet. So hopefully that does happen soon, but we'll wait and see. But this will be the lineup that I select for this match. But of course, in the comments down below, let me know if you'd rather pick my lineup or Flick's lineup. Time now for my score prediction. What do I believe the result will be in this match? I've gone with a 2-2 draw as my prediction. I think it will be a draw in this game. This is the first time we're coming into a Clasico at the Bernabéu after a big UCL game without losing, and for me, that's unpredictable. Of course, I predicted that we'd lose against Bayern Munich. We went, of course, out and won this game. I think that Barcelona definitely have the quality, ability, and talent to go out there and win the match. But at the Bernabéu, referee on their side, Galactico super team, that's of course going to have some big juice implications, you could say. I think that Barcelona are the better team. What I'm very, 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 very worried about is, of course, the high line against Mbappe and Vinicius. 2 rapid players that can definitely run in behind and exploit the defense. If they time their runs to perfection, they're in behind. It's easy days because Naki Peña ain't saving shite in goal. We're gonna rely a lot on our output and our clinicality in the final third, which again, some days we're going to be hot, some days we're not going to be hot. We were very hot against Bayern Munich. Raphinha hat-trick might be different in this game. So overall 2-2, I think will be a high-scoring game since, of course, high line, we're going to be committing a lot. I think that Madrid's high pressure will exploit them a little bit in behind, but this game can be taken by either side. I think it's a very, very even Clasico, but since we won against Bayern Munich, I'm a bit more optimistic than I would normally be. But my official prediction is a 2-2 draw for this game, but of course, in the comments down below, let me know what you think the scoreline will be. So that's a match preview for Real Madrid versus Barcelona in La Liga. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, make sure you drop a like down below. But of course, in the comments down below as well, let me know your thoughts on everything we did discuss. Let me know firstly, of course, is your score prediction. And secondly, on those lineups. Firstly, would you rather pick my lineup or Flick's lineup? What do you think Flick would go with? What would you go through the manager? Leave me all your thoughts down below. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below as well if you haven't already. And I will see you guys tomorrow for for the live watch along. Set the reminder on the screen and come and join me, watch the game with me, follow me for the match by my match reviews. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope we walk away without a loss, but this could be a big turning moment for not only Barcelona as a team, but Barcelona as an institution as well. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, and Forza Barca.